Hi, it's Leslie, Married at First Sight. All the couples just came back from a nice couples retreat, worked for some, not so much for others. But this week, it's literally 9 days, 6 days, like right in there before decision day. And it seemed like the producers or the experts or somebody must have said to them, okay, we have like just a little bit over a week left to go. Let's think about exercise. That will bring us closer together. So everyone hit the gyms, hit the little workout mats and all the things. And that was their attempt to seal the deal. Anyway, before I get into all that, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I have to start again with Miguel and Lindy. I mean, I feel like it wasn't even that long ago. They were the most enviable couple. They were in a prime spot, just gonna coast over that finish line into marital bliss. But you know what? It's all about to crash and burn. Miguel is a piece of work. He's pulled the ultimate bait and switch on poor little Lindy there. I mean, he's a wild card. You know, they've been waiting for her to explode. He is just a ticking time bomb with all his strange behaviors and his Dungeons and Dragons and weird hats. And it's so sad because Lindy is just so into Miguel and she wants to do anything to make this relationship work. It's a little bump in the road that he treated her like shit for not just a moment, not just a minute or two, not just a little blow up, but a whole entire weekend. That was just a little hiccup and she's still all in and he knows he has her. And I feel like at this point, he is just looking for an excuse to get out. And I think he doesn't want to be the one to get out. I think he wants her to be the one to say, I can't do it anymore. And then he can leave like, well, what can I do then? She didn't want me. And it's so annoying. He treats her like shit all week. And then somehow she spins it into that she's doing something wrong. And it's not addressed the fact that was an absolute shit to her. And he's saying, well, we have issues we need to work out. Well, what about you treating me like shit? If there's issues, tell me them in a nice way and let's work on them. But don't just, he is awful. She needs to run from this guy. And I was like, he had 7 weeks. They could have been working through all this shit for the last 7 weeks. Instead, he pretended and then just explodes on with just days to go. I don't know what the logic of that. He should have come out being for real in the beginning and then just dealt with the consequences if they weren't a match. But he's just so quick. He just like, he'll cuddle up to Lindy and pull her back in and she just is sobbing and everything. And then at one point, the whole name, taking the last name came up and she was like, I'm quite happy keeping my maiden name. And he's like, well, then keep it. It's like if she doesn't do exactly what he says, he just like flips her off and just sends her reeling. So at one point, Miguel says, this is just not working for me, which of course is like just so painful for Lindy to hear. But my take on Miguel is Lindy needs to run. He is a controlling guy just waiting to get his opportunity because I mean, we see the signs where he's basically having Lindy act a certain way, talk a certain way, filter this, do that, all the things to his liking. But the nail in the coffin, when you're not allowed to, when he doesn't like that she's talking to friends, that's another thing that very controlling guys do. They try to just keep you away from friends and anybody that's going to give you a little sense of normalcy and a little perspective on a messed up situation. He doesn't want that perspective. So here's hoping that Miguel says no on decision day, even if Lindy doesn't have the strength, because she will be hurt in the end with this guy. This guy needs some help. Get out now, Lindy. Run. I'm going to go on to Justin and Alexis. And oh my God.
I wish I could be freaky and stuff.
You can be freaky, bro. You mean just that one time? That was one time, girl.
I mean,
That ain't happening. That was literally one time.
okay.
Only thing I'm really gonna work on is my stamina. I'm gonna take more serious with hitting that treadmill.
They got any machines where it helps the thrust?
Poor Justin. I mean, isn't there a rule that there's some things you can comment about your spouse or your partner, but that is not the thing that you comment about? Because that takes all their self-confidence away, and then he's going to have to come back to the table and try to perform again, and then knowing you're thinking this. And I was like, how could you say that, Alexis? The poor guy, he's hitting the gym. I mean, a little late, 1 week to go to build up his endurance. I couldn't even. It was just so sad to me. But Justin is attacking this whole thing the wrong way. I feel like he wants to go into decision day and doesn't want to make a fool of himself. So he wants to basically lock it down that if he says yes, she's going to say yes. He doesn't want to be the stupid one saying yes and she says no. So he's trying to figure this all out ahead of time. And it doesn't really work that way, unfortunately. Tries to get some confirmation from her, but she's not giving that to him. And she shouldn't have to. I mean, it's up to her, right? That's why there's a decision day. You wait until that day and then you get the decision. But Justin also, I think, kind of like a form of guilt. I don't know if it was a guilt thing of saying, I'm giving up my dog Maya, because I was like, why is he doing this a week before? Just wait the week, just in case it doesn't work out. Don't give your dog away yet. But I think he was doing that thinking, this is just another thing. I'm going to kind of guilt her into saying, oh, I've got to stay. He did so much for me. But I think also he did it thinking that, hey, I'm going to give my dog away. If there's any part of you, like if she's a nice person, she'd be like, no, don't do that just yet, because I'm kind of still on the fence. And she didn't do that. And that's why I think he feels he got played. But she's not supposed to do that. That is all his doing. She makes her decision on decision day. Justin, you got to just deal with it. I don't think they're going to make it. I mean, but just on a little aside, I see Justin got his hair cut short. So a few weeks back, I saw Justin at the after party, and I was wondering when that was being filmed because his hair had been short then. And just this episode, we see now his hair is short. So that after party from a few weeks ago was filmed right around this time. So now Justin, because Alexis couldn't confirm that she's all in with a 100% yes, he's now 90% no. This makes no sense to me. Justin's immature. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And hopefully all is not lost, because I'm still holding out hope that Justin can go back and get his dog and they can be the happy couple going forward. And that will make me ever so happy to have Maya back with his dad. On to Mitch and Kristen. There was a lot here. He had a work conference. I wish I had work conferences like that. I mean, hangovers, drinking, hot tubs, partying, scuba, like whale surfing, whale watching, surfing, all the things. That is a great work conference. Everyone should be so happy to go to one of those. But the thing here was he chose not to wear his ring. He wanted to be single Mitch for a weekend. He said just because he didn't want to have to go through the explanations of it all. And there lies the problem. Like, if he was so ecstatic with this girl, you'd be beaming. If you found the love of your life or someone that you think you're gonna continue on with, and you'd want to brag about them, you'd be going there and you'd say, I did something crazy, but I married a girl, and you know what? She happens to be phenomenal. I don't want to get into too much, but full steam ahead. This is my girl, something. But he didn't do that. He took the ring off and played single Mitch. And this was not lost on Kristen. She definitely saw this and was not pleased with his behavior there. So I have to agree. I do not think Mitch is ready to give up single life, even though I think he does think Kristen's pretty awesome. I do think he likes her. The most endearing thing, I did find something that is very nice about Mitch, and it is that he seems to be a really good doggy dad, and that is probably his best quality. So I think when they split, he should get himself a dog. But the one thing that was kind of shocking to me, I mean, not that it's true or that she thinks it, but that she verbalized it so casually. And Kristen, when they were out with Alexis and Justin, just kind of dropped in there that she was not sure what she was going to do on decision day. And I was like, oh, the tables have turned from the beginning. It's like Mitch is desperately playing catch up, but he's not there yet. And Kristen's, I don't know. Oh, okay, on to the couple that really is doing the best, and that doesn't say a whole heck of a lot because all the others are doing like crap. But anyway, we have Stasha and Nate, and at least sexually they're very compatible, all things that go right there. But this week they went to see Stasha's house that she bought previously to getting married. And it's beautiful, and I just think that is going to be a problem because Nate is definitely not someone that's going to want to feel like he's a guest in someone else's house. And I think it's true. They get into any kind of fight, it's just a very uncomfortable situation. I don't know how that's going to work out, but the big issue they had was that they started talking about kids, and you could see Nate was, every time he got a chance, he was just saying like, oh, a kid couldn't live in this house, they'll mess it up. Oh, a kid would be hard to be fun and go out and be fun parents, and with a kid around, like you can't be fun anymore. And it was just like the kid was just going to be a total drag on their relationship. You could tell he was not looking forward to having a kid anytime soon, and would, I think, wishfully put that off a little while. And Stasha was taking offense to this, kind of implying that she would be irresponsible and not be able to do it all. But so I don't know. It looked like they were going to run into some issues next week. But anyway, this episode was just all over the place. I used to think we had a shot at all four of these, at least getting to decision day and going through with it. I think there's one now. I think there's one couple, but we'll see. We wait until next week, and I'm hopeful that Miguel and Lindy don't make it, because even if they do, I just think it would be not healthy for her to be with him. So just from that standpoint, I hope they do not last and part ways. Anyway, if you liked my recap, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Comment any couple that you think has a shot of saying yes. I'm not even saying for the long haul, because who knows? Nobody has a shot at the long haul. It's a crapshoot. I want to say who has a shot on saying yes on decision day, if anybody believes there's any couple left that will say yes. My vote is just for Nate and Stasha, and I'm saying all the others will be a no. But comment below who you think has got a chance to say yes on decision day. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.